Tino. Oje Muntie case ni bairo. Muntie case, contempt of court. This woman was very decisive. Send a signal out there that they will not sit down for people to undermine the authority of the court. And they dealt with the contempt. Muntie people was in prison for 4 months. The board directors and management were spent 1 billion each. Send a strong signal. Say the judiciary is our last hope. So we should not undermine the authority. We have like-minded judges like that who are so passionate about protecting the integrity of the court. And they are doing marvelously well. And we need them. A lot of them. A lot of them. The Supreme Court has become superb. They are enforcing the laws. Most of our judges are doing well. Most of them don't, our judges, they don't like publicity. Judgments, they write and they are quiet, but they are doing well. But at the same time, we must ensure, say, we hold the balance. We hold the balance and ensure, say, the judiciary is holding the balance and ensuring, say, at the end of the day, the ordinary Ghanaian confidence in the judiciary will go up and then down. Now, let's come to some of the things that people are doing to the judiciary. Emma Ghana for take the judiciary as if they don't have power. As if judiciary they say you move. And now man for be I imagine say court you move court. You call court could for judges move for you can't cause assembly judges. Judges can't assembly ya yentie. You butu court processes. Monfa Okudzeto Ablakwa ne clip no to. How can the Okudzeto member of parliament? You are not doing parliamentary duties. Na wa shemra. Na sebi. Belief of the court. Court processes. Court processes. And court processes, is in the name of the Republic. Sanctioned by the Chief Justice. And accompanied with an order of the court. An interim injunction for 10 days. Then we have a parliamentarian who thinks, say, he is above the law. A parliamentarian who thinks that the judiciary is no institution. Therefore, take a look at the court process. Yes, sir, we will know one year. But if you didn't butu court paper will form, you ridicule that paper, expose that paper to public ridicule, hatred, and contempt, rubbish it. Is that how parliamentarians behave? Please, if the clip is there, let us show it. Person will show now a man for whom they are making. Or they say, Okudzeto Ablakwa, you do this thing to the judiciary. So be your parliament say so be your parliament say parliamentarian. You want people to respect your institution. You want parliamentarians to be called honorable. And if an honorable do not do honorable things, sir, and you undermine the authority of the court, say a court process is being served on you. And if you don't want to receive it, if they place it closer to you, it's service in law. And then you have to kick it. Kicking it means that it's a rubbish. Oh, you can go to hell. It's sad. Producer, if you're not getting a tape, let me go on. What I say is sad. Because at the end of the day, what you are sending, the signal you are sending out there is that the court and the judiciary is bullshit. Because you are a member of parliament. You see the arrogant posture of a member of parliament. The arrogant posture. You are an arm of government. Yet another arm of government process abe serve you. Believe you to the process so it is coming from court. You saw the judge orders. You saw the rates. In law, you can serve you one year. They allow the belief so they to. What stop you from just driving? But Uber out be butu court paper. In contempt of the court, disregarding the court process. And it's serious. And I think, say, I'm calling on Parliament to sanction Okudzeto Ablakwa for that act. Disgraceful, disrespectful act. You see, if you are parliamentarian, you must respect the rule of law. You must respect law. You must respect due process. You have lawyers, so why don't you take the process and give it to your lawyers? But the arrogance of power, you can talk about somebody. Who care about Reverend Pussy expose? But who they are testing will calculate with court process, so you see how you are behaving. So if Reverend Pussy have also behaved in the way, say, the way you are also talking about him, no, so very react here, what will be the outcome? That's why you tell him and a parliamentarian, you think you have the right to expose somebody, but nobody has the right to save you the court process. What a shame. But you see, if our judges, you see these things, and a Ablakwa case come before you, but to be jaily, think of boy, I want to call you 1,000 Ghana, 4 years. Now Ablakwa bar, politicians, the judges, I see the judges, whether they are afraid of the politicians, whether judges are afraid of influencers. What is happening? Please, nobody is above the law in Ghana. Nobody. Nobody is above the law. We are all equal before the law. There is equality before the law. We don't care whether you're a president, whether you're a chief justice, whether you are the billionaire, whether you are the best academician, whether a politician, Whether you are the social media influencer, whether you're a lawyer, and then lawyer because you're charging no, they're not going to court. Please, let the judiciary arise and fight impunity in this country. Let the judiciary arise and fight impunity in this country. Because it's becoming unbecoming. What did I say? It's becoming unbecoming. If this act, you're trying now, you're trying to pattern say, oh, and a parliamentarian will go to court process, and it is normal, and you're normal. We have a lot of contemptuous behavior going on in this country. Contemptuous behavior. People disrespect the court. People undermine the authority of the court, and the judiciary must be seen to be acting, dealing with impunity, social media impunity, dealing with indiscipline in our society, applying the laws. Let the law works. Let's check excesses. Let's be seen to be dealing with people who want to take the law into their own hands. People who think that they are above the law and then they are fingers in this country. They rule the state. They rule the nation. If you fail to do that as an arm of government, you will regret. Listen to me, the judiciary. You will regret. Media, I'm telling you. You will regret. The judiciary, listen to me. Chief Justice, you are about to leave office. Judges in this country, you regret your actions if you fail to apply the laws without fear or favor and to deal with impunity. And you become selective in who appears before you. You will live to regret. You will lose your job when the judiciary is destroyed. When people lose confidence, they will not bring cases before the court. They will take the law into their own hands. No wonder these days people are petitioning gods. People are more for Bodria. People are going to radio stations with their cases. People are now petitioning radio hosts. People are now going to the shrine. People are now running to ADR. They are losing confidence in the judiciary. Don't you see it? I'm angry. I'm upset. The judges are you not seeing? Now people are losing confidence in you. When you cannot deal with impunity in this country, look at what Ablakwa did. And then not only Ablakwa, look at what Oponi is doing to the judiciary. And then many. There are people today, and then you're confused with what did you call court? I'll deal with you. What did I say? She can't bet chairman. Money will talk. There are people who are untouchable in this country. When you want to deal with them, politicians will call, and then judges will call, and then police will call, and then president will call, and then before you realize, no, they have messed up everything. If you are not connected, Jesus Christ, this is the system we are running in this country. No wonder Ablakwa is treating the judiciary with impunity and contempt, and I want to see this case take it to another level. Some of us have sacrificed to deal with impunity in this country. Some of us have sacrificed to deal with a lot of impunity. But I can tell you before God and man, if this sacrifice that we are making is not being appreciated, then woe unto Ghana. If the judiciary fails, we all fail. Now, let me also deal with one of impunity. Schwarzenegger has been dragged to court for contempt of court by lawyer Maurice Ampaw. So that's the case that is pending. When the case was in court, I refused to grant commentary, discuss the merit of the case. That's the law. Case was court, you can discuss it. The case before Schwarzenegger was a contempt case. The applicant is Chamawu to me, and the lawyer is lawyer Maurice Ampaw, and 5 lawyers involving UTV, Father Dixon, A+, Mr. Logic, Nana McBrown. Case and running for 4 months with all our legal arguments and submissions. At the end of the day, on the first day of December, the trial judge, Justice Emmanuel Ankama, emanated ruling. And the ruling was simple. The ruling so I've made a solid case by one, presenting the facts of the case, supporting it with affidavit evidence, video, documentary evidence. It took money to run these videos on pen drive. It took money to apply to the Ghana School of Languages to interpret these messages in Twi to English. It took money for Wontumi to engage the service of me to go to court for 4 months. Out of all pocket expenses was paid by Chairman Wontumi. Why am I doing that? Why did I decide to do it? I was trying to protect the integrity of the judiciary. I was trying to protect the image of the judiciary. I was trying to send a signal out there, say, when cases are in court, when judges sit on cases, they have judicial power. They are independent. So nobody dare interfere. Nobody have to disrespect the court. Nobody have to prejudice the matter before the court. And that was the message I sent out there. And I won the case. Me din kunim against 5 lawyers. If I was a lawyer, I count for Rick Simuko for 2 lawyers. A plus for a lawyer. Nana Mama Brown for a lawyer. At the end of the day, the court said that they are all guilty of contempt. Father Dixon was convicted but pardoned because he rendered an apology before he started case. No. A plus and render apology. So in the judgment, the court can say, oh yeah, na arrogant posture. Therefore, or sentencing no. 65 by finding 65,000 Ghana cedis. You know, be small money. 650 million cedis. Now McBrown was also sentenced because on the host, he was also fined. All this money I have finally, is almost getting to about 3 billion cedis. No, none of the money came to Chairman to me or lawyer Maurice Ampaw. So my application before the court enriched the states almost with 3 billion cedis. Then about Schwarzenegger, in the judgment, the judge can say the reason why I'm finding a Schwarzenegger like number Brown, A plus, Mr. Logic, any Father Dixon say 1, a Schwarzenegger a party to the suits, so you should have known better. Number 2, only what first I said niaba. Number 3, when you Brazil, the arrogant postentino, only 10 days in prison. The court did not give A plus Father Dixon, Number Brown, the opportunity to even beg. Quickly, they have to go and pay 650,000 cedis, or in default, no, they go to prison for 2 months. Omo signed a bond of good behavior for say omo be behave well. They will behave well. Bond of good behavior. They should behave well for 2 years. Momu koye bibia ebe kire subamboni wa Ghana. Omo failure omo ko prison for 2 months. So A plus for Dixon, say all say Mr. Logic and Mama Brown, Omunia signing bond no of good behavior. Thank God, since they signed that bond, Father Dixon is behaving well, A plus is behaving well, Nana Mama Brown is behaving well, Logic is behaving well. Oma Kamono, they respected the decision of the court. I quite remember Nana Brown, he went to say that I've learned my lessons. A plus control something on social media. No, he has been dragged to court for another contempt, which is pending. And that one, I don't want to comment on it. But now, Afia was absent in court. Afia was absent in court. In Tinanka, after 1st December, if I were in court, I can 10 days, no, what no coin. Ghanaians, you were here when Afia was in Ghana, but pretending like it was not in Ghana, or called self-hiding. Then decided to come to court with the excuse say oyare. Lawyer file application by court. Oyare no no. Once the application is pending, no, we all saw Afia behavior. You see, at times this Ghana we have a problem. Immediately after the court, Afia started misbehaving on social media. In fact, OPN the 90 years on oyare no ni ano jae. No ba be ye de on social media. Obi aso oyare no. Efre be hu Afia kakere be for say me ko to dwe ya me ya. Ofi me ko to dwe afre de me ba de wu. And as I say, kept on, and kept on. The application before the court, no, some of us exposed me oppose you strongly. And because the opposition was in court, I didn't want to run commentary. I wanted to wait before the judgment. And today I'll teach Ghanaians what to do with judgment of the court. You have to learn. When a case is in court, you can't want them. But you get assembly rare, you can't want them. You get assembly rare, oh, but can't want them. Men did judge no on my case not on what channel drink. Men be soprano, men be rinrano. But the judgment is subject to criticism. The entire judge, no my judgment, no. Ghana fu nia betuma hwe judgment no. Na woni nje wo ho a obetuma kire wadwen ba o kire wadwen a ye ndidi judge that time ye mbo judge no kro no judge na kire na dwen case ni be wi ya enti na o watch ya after the Supreme Court decision during 2012 election petition Ghana for obi aka one sem lawyers ni obi aka one sem after court judgment the judgment become a public document. Somebody back you can discuss it. You can look at the reasons and then the pros and cons and the lessons. Yago court. Emma judge, you know, and the judgment number. Producer. But for judgment to was a public document. I want all Ghanaians to know the judgment of the court that was delivered by Justice Ankama, Emmanuel Ankama. Or they say, hey, it was delivered to Justice Ankama in the Schwarzenegger application for variation of the sentence. You know. And let's find out the judge they can here. And let's begin to do a critique. And Ghanaians have the right to criticize or do a critique of the judgment. And we see the way forward. So please, judgment are ready. I want you to put it on for Ghanaians to know because a public document. Obi biara ope copy Kotema High Court. Na yema copy of the judgment of the court because a public document. Producer, say you ready. I'm trying to ba na odi judgment na atwo. Okay, judgment na are you ready? Judgment na are you ready? And I think say ubetwa bold kakra na phone also I want Ghanaians to also read the judgment. Justice Emmanuel Ankama Edebaye no. We must all learn. And maybe suadie. Judgment na ba. We want to learn. Now, that's the judgment. In the Supreme Court, in the High Court of Justice, held in Tema on Tuesday, the 31st day of January, 2023. Before His Lordship, Justice Emmanuel Ankama, who is now a Court of Appeal judge, sitting as additional High Court judge. Suit number E2/001/0/2023. The Republic versus Valentina Nana Ejewa, Afia Schwarzenegger, respondent. And now let's look at the ruling. This is the ruling of the court. On the first day of December 2020, the applicant herein was abstention of contempt of court and sentenced to 10 days imprisonment and to execute a bond to be of good behavior for 2 years, or in default 2 months in hard labor with no option of a fine. Dissatisfied with the sentence, she applied to this court for variation of the court sentence under Order 50, Rule 41, and Order 50, Rule 5051 of CI 47. Now, contempt of court, as I have said in my ruling on the first day of December 2021, is against the court and the individual. The applicant, whilst the application was pending, rendered an unqualified apology to this court. I believe the applicant has learned a bitter lesson over this period of time, that it does not pay to make mockery of the judicial proceedings. Now, paragraph 1, this is the critical. Everybody, I believe, deserves a second chance. Everybody, I believe, deserves a second chance. I will therefore exercise the power vested in me under Order 50, Rule 51 of CI, to substitute a fine of 5,000 penalty units for the 10 days imprisonment. She is to execute a bond to be of good behavior for 36 months in default, 3 months in prison with no option of a fine. She is ordered not to say, discuss, or grant any interview in respect of this case in any platform during the pendency of the bond she is about to be executed. Signed, Justice Ankama, Justice of Court of Appeal, sitting as additional High Court judge. Now, me famula chimu na Ghana fu bibrinti. Judge ruling you see, okay, very well say on the first day of December, or sentencing a first Schwarzenegger to prison for 10 days. If we need now, if first 10 days, no, if we be show good behavior, obedi super party. Now, when this super party for 2 years, or be prison for another 2 years, and the young fine, no. Or see, if you know, if we apply, say, court, and the sentence, no, from 10 days, no, to a fine. Now, judge can say, or did he say, Obi Biara, no, or deserve a second chance, Obi Biara Bonia, it will be the Bonnet channel. And, you know, Nakasa Tubia, rules of court, Emmanuel, under Order 51 of CI 45, no, was a such imprisonment, no, at the back fine. If you go to your 60,000 Ghana cedis, if you know, on-site bond, so obey good behavior for 36 months, which means for 3 years. Because every month they 12 months. Now, when to me, yes, obey prison for 3 months with no option of a fine. And this was the decision of the court. The ordinary Ghanaian, you have to now critically examine the judgment. As a lawyer, I'll finish with that contempt case. Because I am the lawyer in the matter, no. The discretion falls on the judge. Judge, you know, and our sentence will be. No, see, Nipa no deserve a second chance. And you know, we didn't to me so, I'm on a second chance. So nipa no come to your fine instead of prison. If you nipa no so signed bond, say 3 years only some money wa Ghana. Now the question that I want to ask in this judgment is say, if everybody deserves a second chance, then all the criminals in Ghana should also deserve a second chance. In fact, court. Let's bring them and give them a second chance. We should avoid selective justice. And you see, these are the things that the judiciary will do. They will send the wrong signal out there. Say some people are above the law and some people are very influential than others in this country. Yes, judge, you have the discretion, you have to exercise it. But if you exercise the discretion, and some of us and the public think that it doesn't mean the hope and aspiration of the ordinary Ghanaian, that justice emanates from the people and shall be administered in the name of the people. We have the right to criticize the judgment. So I'm doing a critique of the judgment that has come. If everybody deserves a second chance, then let all criminals. So then this boy, I just sentenced him 4 years just because Nejuman Muno Koye no prior. We're losing inside. And we're going to 1,000 Ghana. So the Korean is a year. You're on 4 years. No option of a fine. No option of a fine. I'm sad. And this boy is language in jail. In Priso, Circuit Court Judge. 1,000 Ghana. 4 years. At Twesian, millions of Ghana cedis. Plea bargain. A Schwarzenegger, sentence 10 days. That'll be second chance. Oh my God. And you see the painful thing. The person who has been given second chance comes out and is still fooling on social media. Or still fooling. I was in court when the judge said that he should not even go and jubilate. But it's disrespect. See, this is what I'm talking about. Say, yeah, you're very careful. Judiciary, you lose it all. Me, I'll say it all. It's not because of a first case, but for the larger good. When this sentence came, Ghanaians were jubilating. They were sad. We sent a strong signal out there that Justice Sophia Akufu sent the signal out there. There are a lot of judges are sending signal out there, but if you are not very careful, these social media influencers, they will destroy the court. Oh. If you look at people like Kevin Telamo, and then the way people are insulting the judges in this country on social media, and we try to bring sanity to check those people, and we want to give them second chance to go and fool, second chance to go and misbehave, second chance to go and insult, second chance to go and act in impunity. Is that what we want as a nation? If this is what we want, we will have it. Because you see, if you are being given a second chance, and you come and instead of thanking God and keeping mute, then we have pastors who, instead of putting the girl in order and telling the girl, say, what you have gone through, no, you are between sentencing and fine. If God have saved you, instead of coming out to thank God, you are rather coming out to fool on social media again. Some of us will go back for contempt. Monkanche say, I will go back. Maurice Ampaw, I am going back to cite you again for contempt. Because you have a duty, you have signed a bond to be of good behavior. And if your behavior is insulting people, you go back to court. It's a signal I'm giving you. You see, let everybody, let at first that you're going to know that if he's behaved 10 times, you go to court 10 times. I'll drag him to court again. You see, we are fighting impunity. We are fighting impunity. This fight is not about the first Schwarzenegger. This fight is to ensure that people respect the court. This fight is to ensure justice. That people who are influential in society are not above the law. How many people got a second chance? Now, with this judgment, critically, have we been fair to the number background? Have we been fair to A plus? Have you been fair to Mr. Logic? Have you been fair to Father Dixon? No, because they were not given a second chance. Your judgment is highly discriminatory, because if A plus also will find no 60,000, or more, also say second chance and count about 30,000, but they were not given a second chance. Why, if we are second chance in the judgment? The ruling of 1st December that says that if we have been arrogant and he has not shown remorse. What changed within 1st December to 31st December? 1 month. What changed? What behavior did Afia showed remorse, apology? Let's play from 1st December up to 31st December. What Afia was doing in this country? Boozing. No monsa. Odi kwasa sem, odi di amount for them. Is that remorse? You see, some of us, we are ready to die. Look, this case that I did, I sacrificed a lot. My liberty was at stake. My security was at stake. I've lost friends. I lost dear ones. I've been insulted. I've been attacked. But I'm doing this thing for the sake of the judiciary. Because if we don't protect the judiciary and send signal out there, say, judges and the judiciary is there to ensure that people who violate the laws are treated equally. The guy who stole 1,000 Ghana, if you don't also give him pre-bargaining, and then a boy no we are 1,000 Ghana, the judge Muslim can say so to me for 1,000 Ghana bar also you be jail. But it's only meant for the bourgeoisies, those who have the elites, the politicians who steal our money. When they go and invest it, they do time, then we give them the opportunity to refund. When social media influencers like Schwarzenegger misbehave and judges sentence them, they are given a second chance. But when the ordinary Ghanaian misbehave, no second chance. I believe in the law of karma. No wonder. That is why Hinduism is becoming the fastest growing religion, because they believe in causes and effect. There's nothing like second chance. We only give second chance to people who have demonstrated that they fear God and they